All right, so today we're not just going to tell a story, we're going to perform an autopsy on the very idea of a hero. We're going to lay the whole concept out on the table and use one of the most powerful and, let's be honest, dangerous stories ever written as our scalpel to see what really makes the hero tick. So, let's make the first cut. And we're starting with a bombshell, this quote right here. The hero's journey, that story we've heard 1,000 times, it's being called the spirit of gravity. Now, in Nietzsche's world, that is the ultimate insult. It's the force that says give up. It's that little dwarf on your back whispering that it's all pointless. The weight that keeps your soul pinned to the ground, preventing it from ever taking flight. See, what we're really digging into here is a fundamental clash between two wildly different ideas of what it means to be great. One path, it's all about restoring the world, bringing things back to normal, back to a comfortable, stable place. The other path? It's about shattering the world completely to create something brand new. And this is the perfect way to picture it. The hero we all know, they're like a tour guide with a map. It's a safe, pre-drawn path to a treasure everyone already knows is there. But the Nietzschean path, that's like being a geologist, forced to create a whole new mountain range just through your own constant earth-shaking struggle. One is about finding your way. The other is about creating the way itself. So let's start with that map, the one that leads to a known treasure, the hero's journey, also called the monomyth. We all know the steps, right? But we're going to look at it through a really critical lens, not as a path to greatness, but as a predictable, safe recipe for comfort. And this is where it gets really interesting, because look how this reframes the whole thing. Meeting the mentor? Nah, that's not wisdom, it's a crutch for the weak-willed. The tests and allies, that's just you learning the rules so you can fit back in with the herd. And the grand finale, returning with a prize to heal the community, the critique here is absolutely brutal. The community doesn't need healing, it needs a hammer. The whole journey is just designed to loop you right back into the safety of the herd's beggar's happiness. And this is the final stop on that comfortable tour bus, the last man. This is Nietzsche's nightmare. It's the person who just wants to be safe and content. They want a life with no friction, no pain, and definitely no great ambition. It's a life of blinking mediocrity, and in this philosophy, it's the absolute dead end for the human race. Okay, so we've seen the map to comfort. Now let's talk about throwing the map away. We're leaving that path of restoration behind and stepping onto the path of the geologist, a radical philosophy that doesn't want to fix the world. It wants to forge a brand new one from the fire inside yourself. The very first step on this new path is a conscious, powerful choice. You have to become a yes-sayer. Now, this isn't just, being an optimist. This is an active, sovereign decision to say yes to everything. All of it. The joy, of course, but also the pain, the struggle, the hardship. You stop wishing for an easier life. You start willing yourself to become stronger. And where does that strength come from? From this idea, the will to power over the self. Now, hold on, this concept gets a really bad rap. It's not about dominating other people, not at all. It's about the joyful, glorious, and unbelievably hard work of mastering yourself, of overcoming your own weaknesses and shaping your own soul. It's the struggle of the creator. Which brings us to the final exam, the ultimate trial, the eternal recurrence. Nietzsche called it the heaviest thought. And the test is this: could you truly will for every single moment of your life, every victory, every screw-up, every second of joy and agony, to repeat exactly as it was, over and over, forever? Saying yes to that, well, it burns away any possibility of escape. It's the ultimate yes to life. But you're not just thrown into the deep end here. You're given the tools you need to bear that heaviest thought. You need the soaring pride of the eagle, to believe your life is actually worthy of being repeated. You need the earthy wisdom of the serpent to stay grounded in the messy truth of it all. And finally, you have to become like the sun, a radiant source of your own light and your own values, not some timid moon just reflecting what others give you. Okay, so that's the philosophy. It's a lot, right? It's intense. But what happens when you take this dangerous ideal and build an entire story around it? For that, we turn our scalpel to a comic book that did exactly that, Alan Moore's absolute masterpiece, Miracleman. And here's the thing. Moore doesn't just, hint at his philosophical blueprint. No, he basically hands us the Rosetta Stone to unlock the whole thing, making his intentions undeniably crystal clear right from the start. This secret government program that created the godlike hero of the story, it wasn't called Project Ares or Project Omega. It was explicitly named Project Zarathustra. I mean, come on, the scientists weren't trying to build a super soldier. They were following Nietzsche's playbook, step by step, trying to engineer a god. And what happens? That powerful idea immediately fractures into two terrifying literal results. On one hand, you have Miracleman, who embodies the lightning, the creative, constructive force that wants to build a new world. But then you have his old sidekick, Kid Miracleman, who becomes pure madness, total destructive nihilism, a god with the bitter, vengeful mind of a child. And Miracleman's entire story arc just ticks the boxes on the path of creation we just laid out. Step 1, he has to abandon his flawed human creators. Step 2, he has to shed his own human identity, literally declaring his old self dead. And step 3, after a horrific battle that destroys London, he has to create brand new values by remaking the entire planet. And he does it. He succeeds. He completes the journey. He becomes the god. But the story's chilling ending asks us to look at the tragic cost of this victory, a victory that looks an awful lot like humanity's final defeat. The story itself just spells out the horrifying paradox at its core. The hero wins, and by winning, we all lose something essential. And what a victory it looks like on the surface. I mean, Miracleman and his allies, they end war, they end poverty, disease, they fix the economy, they build a literal Mount Olympus on the ruins of London. Every single problem humanity has ever had is just solved by a loving God. And here it is, the crucial point. This perfect world, this amazing gift, it's an existential trap. It's a beautiful, gilded cage. It was forced on us. And by solving all of our problems for us, he took away the one thing that Nietzsche believed gave life any meaning at all: the struggle, the glorious, painful, necessary process of overcoming. Which leaves us with this final, haunting question. We all say we want a hero who can fix everything. But if that hero actually showed up, if the fight for a better world was finally, truly over, what would be left of us? When the struggle that forges who we are is gone, what are we but comfortable ghosts in a perfect machine?